Hey, bud. I know the dentist's office can be a little scary, but don't worry. You're in good hands. Let me help you into that seat, and then after I'm done, I'll let you pick a toy from the toy chest.
Okay.
Does this hurt?
No.
What about this?
A little.
Uh-huh, and this?
Ow!
How about this? And a little bit of that. And this!
Help, Mom! Help!
What about this? Huh? Does that hurt? How about some of this? Does that hurt? Does that hurt? He did such a good job. Look at that smile.
Oh, what a pretty smile. Good job, sweetheart. I'll get you a treat on the way home.
Don't forget to floss. That way, next time won't hurt as bad.
That's so unfair.
Skill issue. Stay mad, honestly.
All right, well played. Let's play a different game.
Happy feet, combo combo,
Drawbacks of being a superhero. Super speed is cool, but can you imagine if you tripped or ran into a wall? Whoa! I like super speed, but it just seems like there would be a lot of unintended consequences. Like running through someone, a bug hitting your face at the speed of sound, dust getting in your eyes, and running so fast that your feet and legs get disintegrated. Or what if you had super strength and you accidentally punched so hard you destroyed the Earth? Oops. If superheroes were real, it would get all political and everyone would hate them. But like, what's a government of normal people gonna do against an unkillable god? We hate you, Omni-Man! Yeah!
My turn.
Let me tell you about the only fight Bo has ever been in. So, there we were at the dog park. Bo was having a grand old time frolicking with the other dogs. Then, in walks a Great Pyrenees. For anyone that doesn't know, a Great Pyrenees is basically the closest you can get to legally owning a polar bear. He was a big boy, and his name was Wallace. Now, Bo is usually good with other dogs, but sometimes when there's a dog that's bigger than him, he feels threatened and wants to establish dominance. Bo saw Wallace and immediately decided to F around, and believe me when I tell you, he found out. Bo ran over and jumped up to put his paws on top of Wallace. Wallace didn't like that. They started angrily barking and fighting, and the other owner and I quickly separated them. But Wallace wanted to set the record straight. He walked over to Bo and placed his paw on his shoulder as if to say,
"Do you feel in charge?"
Bo didn't like that. Bo growled and then jumped up to attack, but Wallace simply plowed into Bo and threw him flat on his back. No dog was hurt, but needless to say, Bo got humbled that day and hasn't tried anything like that since. Did you know that a trespasser could sue you if they got attacked on your property because the beware of dog sign implies that you know the dog is dangerous? So you're better off getting a dog on premises sign.
Did you know that on an early test run of Space Mountain, the test dummies came out without heads? The entire ride is also filled with high-powered fans that blow in your face and make you feel like you're going way faster than you really are, but you'd never know because you're in the dark.
Did you know that if your brain hears the same information as little as 2 or 3 times, it will probably believe it, even if there's no factual evidence to back it up? Did you know that the moon landing was faked?
Look here, buddy. Follow the pen. Yep, just like that. Okay, all done. Have a lollipop. Yeah, his left eye's looking a little lazy. There's a few things we can do to try and fix it. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do to fix his critically low IQ, though.
They tried putting a patch over my good eye so that the left one would pick up the slack, and they tried prescription glasses with a stronger lens on the left side. Neither worked very well. Plus, I didn't like wearing them because I'm not a nerd. Welcome back to Top 10 Things That Aren't True. Number 1, Bryson claiming to not be a nerd. Number 2, me claiming that I'm fine. I'm not. Plus, the eye patch temporarily turned me into a pirate, so they decided to try eye surgery instead. As you might expect, I have no idea how this surgery works, but here's my interpretation.
Here you go.
My eye was good as new. Or was it? He wanted to raise a bonsai tree. He was super excited about it, but in classic dad fashion, lost interest and the bonsai tree withered. Then he would try to get back into it and water it and take care of it, but then forget again. This kept happening until eventually the bonsai tree was clearly dead. Despite this, Dad kept living in denial and saying it would come back to life and insisting that giving water to a tree corpse would fix it. Dad, it's time to let him go.
He's just a little thirsty. He'll be fine.
Eventually, Dad was forced to admit defeat and throw the tree away. But then it was time to move again. I said goodbye to my friends, we did another cross-country road trip, and arrived at our new house in California. I made some new friends in the neighborhood, and it was time for me to take on public school. And I hated it. But it's okay to hate things, it builds character. Plus, my grades were really good if we're going by golf rules. And having my friends with me made it a lot easier. And now I am a very well-rounded, well-adjusted, socially adept young man. Yeah, me and my cousin were hanging out, and we built a Lego set the other day. You like Lego? I love Legos. Did you know that Lego was invented in 1932 in Denmark by a man named Ole Kurt Christiansen? Originally, they were just wooden toys, but eventually they started making interlocking plastic bricks to create a system in which all their toys could be linked together. Despite many hardships, including their factory burning down, Ole and his family persevered and continued to manufacture the unique brick system. Then in 1978, the Lego minifigure as we know it was created. Minifigures are a high-value collector's item. In fact, a recent study showed that buying Lego sets was a better investment than the stock market because of how well they hold their value. This means that buying and building Lego sets isn't just a fun hobby, it's a smart way to use your money. Guys? However, a hobby that has stuck with him through the ages is remote-controlled cars, trains, boats, and planes. This leads into another instance of his poor knowledge application, that being using said RC vehicles around the family dogs. You would think that after seeing this happen that he'd, I don't know, put the dogs inside or fly his RC toys somewhere else, but nope. The same story has happened on pretty much every family camping trip.
No! Stupid dogs! No! Stupid dogs! No! Stupid dogs!
Yeah. They're the stupid ones. But the sad thing is, if the dogs don't destroy the RC planes, Dad definitely will. I can't count how many RC planes he's crashed. It's not even a question of if he will crash them anymore, it's when. On our most recent trip, Dad bought a big fancy plane that could take off and land in the water. He gathered us all together to watch its maiden voyage, and we all just watched sadly, anticipating the inevitable.
No! Stupid plane!
An icy hot galaxy where you skate around and fight a lava octopus? No problem. A haunted mansion galaxy where you save Luigi? Light work. A galaxy made of toys where you run across twisting platforms shaped like Mario? Child's play.
Light work, no reaction. Light work, no reaction. Light work, no reaction.
Okay, it's not a little kick. Oh!
All my nightmares had materialized. It was an even harder version of the previous one. Skipping ahead through 2 hours of pain and agony, and I finally beat it. Yahoo! Some people have noticed my lazy eye before because it wanders when I zone out. And being the goofy little airhead that I am, I zone out a lot. My eyes unfocus and I begin to imagine whatever my silly brain can come up with. A shark with legs. A button that magically kills every mosquito. A Lego spaceship, food I want to eat, and sometimes I think about absolutely nothing at all. Then I zone back into reality only to realize that I've been staring intensely into a stranger's eyes and making them very uncomfortable. Or potentially making them fall in love with me as they get lost in my dreamy blue eyes that look like the sea after a storm. That's never happened before, but a guy can dream. Alright, cadets. Today we're gonna be doing hyperspace training. Be sure to follow all protocols before charting a course. Cadet Josh, take the wheel. Okay, I'll take us to the stuffed animal galaxy. Boop. You fool! We can't get to the stuffed animal galaxy directly. We'll have to make a detour in the petting zoo galaxy to avoid the cookie crumb asteroid belt. If we go straight there, the asteroids will destroy the ship. The controls are jammed. I can't turn it off. We're gonna crash. Everyone, get to an escape pod.
Access denied.
The escape pods are locked! It's too late! You fool! You killed us all! No! And now, I am a very well-rounded, well-adjusted, socially adept young man. Yeah, me and my cousin were hanging out, and, we built a Lego set the other day. You like Lego? I love Legos. Did you know that Lego was invented in 1932 in Denmark by a man named Ole Kurt Christiansen? Originally, they were just wooden toys, but eventually they started making interlocking plastic bricks to create a system in which all their toys could be linked together. Despite many hardships, including their factory burning down, Ole and his family persevered and continued to manufacture the unique brick system. Then in 1978, the Lego minifigure as we know it was created. Minifigures are a high-value collector's item. In fact, a recent study showed that buying Lego sets was a better investment than the stock market because of how well they hold their value. This means that buying and building Lego sets isn't just a fun hobby, it's a smart way to use your money. Guys? A disadvantage of my eyes being weird is that the floating finger illusion has never worked for me. Apparently, for normal people with normal eyes, if they hover their fingers in front of their face and focus on something in the distance, it looks like there's a magic floating sausage in between their fingers. But I'm not like other guys. It doesn't work for me. It just makes me look stupid in public when I try to do it. Maybe the illusion doesn't even exist. What? I'm just supposed to take your word for it? I've never seen it, therefore it's probably not real. Just like the curvature of the Earth!
Next obsession, animals. I used to love catching frogs and then racing them against each other. If my friend had a pet, I would insist on holding it and petting it. In fact, my discovery of YouTube was just me watching videos of hamsters for hours on end and begging my parents to let me get one. And eventually they finally caved and got me one. The day I got him, me and my family were watching the Bee Movie. So I named my hamster Barry. Short for Barry B. Benson, of course. But then I decided to introduce Barry to my dog Duke, without consulting my parents. Rest in peace, Duke. Duke slowly sat down, gave him a sniff, and very gingerly murdered Barry right in front of me. Mom! And that's why I don't watch the Bee Movie anymore. Rest in peace, Barry. The sorting ceremony will now begin. Mr. Bryson, please step forward. Oh, I know just what to do with you. Hufflepuff!
Why are you crying?
Not gonna lie, I was pretty upset when I took the online test and figured out that I really am a Hufflepuff, aka a disappointment. I was also sad when I turned 11 and didn't receive a Hogwarts acceptance letter. Turns out Hogwarts isn't real. It's a hard pill that you just gotta swallow. The reality shifting community is still struggling with that one. Actually, Bryson, reality shifting is real. This TikTok told me so, and you can project your consciousness to other realities and... Nope, not real.